Before we begin, let your body settle into the place where you are resting. Let your shoulders fall a little. Let your jaw soften. If your hands are tense, allow them to rest. You do not need to do anything right now except listen. And softly, just for a moment, I want to ask you, where are you listening from tonight? What is your country name? What is your city name? You do not need to answer out loud. You can simply think it, like a quiet thought floating by. Tonight, here on Mind Lepic, we will drift into a calm and ordinary corner of the medieval world. Not the world of kings and battles, not the loud world of shining armor and shouting crowds, but the slow world of daily life. The world where people woke up, worked quietly, ate simple food, and went back to sleep early. And as we move slowly through that world, we will notice something gentle and curious. Many medieval people used small inventions every day, without thinking much about them at all. Simple objects, small tools, tiny ideas. They were not trying to change history. They were only trying to make life a little easier. And because they were so simple, they can feel relaxing to imagine. So let us begin. Picture a medieval town, not too large. It is not a famous city. It is not the kind of place that appears in grand stories. It is simply a town that exists quietly on a trade road. There are fields outside it, and a river not too far away. The town is surrounded by low stone walls in some places, and in other places only a ditch and a wooden fence. Inside, the streets are narrow and uneven. The ground is not smooth. It is packed earth, sometimes mixed with small stones. When it rains, the streets become soft and muddy. When the weather is dry, dust rises under feet. Most buildings are made of timber and plaster. The roofs are thatch on the poorer homes, and wooden shingles or tiles on the better ones. The windows are small, and many have no glass. Instead, they might have wooden shutters, or oiled cloth, or thin animal horn that lets in a little light. It is early evening. The sun is lowering. The day is cooling down, and the town is shifting into its quiet night rhythm. You might hear a few sounds. A distant hammer from a workshop finishing the last work of the day. The soft calls of someone guiding a cart. A dog barking once, then stopping. A child's voice, then quiet again. But overall, the town becomes calmer as the light fades. Now, as you walk slowly through this medieval town in your imagination, you will notice that people are surrounded by small inventions. Not dramatic inventions, not strange machines, but practical items that helped them live their simple lives. Let us start with something very ordinary. The wooden spoon and the bowl. In one small home, a family is preparing supper. The meal is simple. Perhaps a thick vegetable stew. Perhaps barley porridge. Perhaps beans cooked slowly with herbs. Bread is present too. Dark bread, rough bread, bread that is heavy in the hand. And what do they eat with? A wooden spoon. It is easy to forget how important that is. The spoon is not shining. It is not pretty. It is simply shaped. The handle fits the hand. The bowl of the spoon holds the thick food. Someone, somewhere, made that spoon with a knife. Slowly, carefully, they carved it from a piece of wood. They smoothed it with a scraping tool. They might have rubbed it with oil or fat to keep it from cracking, and now the spoon is used every day. It is washed in cold water. It is hung on a peg. It is picked up again the next morning. A spoon is such a small thing, but it helps people eat hot food without burning their fingers. It helps them share a pot of stew easily. It helps them take care of themselves in a quiet way. And the bowl, too, is often wooden. Or perhaps it is made of simple pottery. It is thick, not delicate. It can survive a small fall. It can be used again and again. These are inventions that do not feel like inventions. They are just part of the routine. Now we keep walking. the needle and thread. A little further down the street, there is a small room where someone is sewing. The room is dim. Light comes from the doorway and from a small oil lamp. A person sits with fabric in their lap. They are repairing a shirt, or patching a hole in a wool tunic, or stitching a seam that has come loose. In their hand is a needle. The needle could be made of bone or metal, depending on the town and the time. Metal needles are valuable. They are small, easy to lose, and important to keep safe. Thread might be made from linen fibers, or wool, or even silk for wealthier people. But most people use simple thread. It is spun, twisted, and wound carefully. The act of sewing is slow. It is quiet. It is repetitive. The needle goes in. The needle comes out. The thread follows behind. A tiny invention, the needle, makes clothing last longer. And in a medieval world, making something last is not a small matter. Clothing is not cheap. Clothing is not easily replaced. So the needle quietly saves time, effort, and money. It also offers something else, a feeling of control, a feeling that you can fix what is broken, and that feeling is calming. The button, the toggle, and the simple fastener. Now imagine a coat hanging by a door. It might be a heavy wool coat for cold weather, or a cloak fastened near the neck. How is it closed? Sometimes it is tied with a cord. Sometimes it is held with a brooch. Sometimes it uses a toggle, a simple piece of wood or bone that slips through a loop. And sometimes there are buttons. Buttons in medieval times exist in many forms. Some are small and round, made of bone. Some are carved wood. Some are made of cloth, wrapped tightly to form a lump that can be pushed through a loop. A button is so simple, but it keeps warmth in. It keeps clothing sitting properly. It helps people move, work, and walk without constantly holding their clothes closed. Small fasteners like this are quiet inventions that shape daily comfort. And comfort matters, especially in cold stone houses and windy streets. The candle and the tallow light. As evening deepens, the town grows darker. There are no streetlights. There are no bright windows. Most people go to sleep not long after sunset, especially in winter. But inside homes you may see a small light, a candle, or perhaps an oil lamp. Candles are made in different ways. Some are made from beeswax, which smells sweet and burns cleaner, but costs more. Many common people use tallow candles, made from animal fat. They smell stronger. They smoke more, but they give light. A candle is a small invention that stretches the day. It allows a person to mend clothing after dusk. It allows a family to speak softly at night. It lets someone read a prayer, or check a pot on the fire, or simply see the floor. In a medieval home, light is valuable. Darkness is heavy. A candle pushes it back gently. And in your mind, you can imagine the calm flicker, the slow movement of shadow on a wooden wall, the soft glow on a clay cup, the quiet feeling of night, the clay pot and the simple lid. In a kitchen area, there is a pot. It is not fancy, but it is sturdy. The pot hangs over a hearth, suspended by a hook or chain, or it sits in the embers. Inside, something is simmering. Clay pots are one of the most important quiet inventions of daily life. They allow food to cook slowly. They allow grains to soften. They allow stews to develop flavor even when ingredients are limited. And a lid, even a simple lid, helps keep heat in. It keeps ash out. It holds warmth a little longer. People might use a wooden lid, or a clay lid, or even a flat stone. It does not have to be perfect. It only has to work. And in medieval life, that is often the goal, to make something that works. The ladle, the hook, the peg. Now, let your imagination drift into the details of a medieval home. On a wall, there are pegs, simple wooden pegs. They hold a cloak. They hold a bag. They hold a hat. A peg is such a small invention, but it keeps things off the floor. It keeps items dry. It keeps a small space organized. Above the hearth, there might be an iron hook. A hook can hold a pot. It can hold meat for smoking. It can hold tools. Hooks and pegs are tiny pieces of order. They help a busy home stay calm, and calm, even then, is something people quietly try to create. The wheelbarrow and the handcart. Let us step outside again. In the street, a person is moving something heavy, perhaps a pile of firewood, perhaps stones, perhaps sacks of grain. They are using a small cart, a hand cart with two wheels pulled by a person, or a wheelbarrow with one wheel pushed carefully. Not every town has the same tools, but simple carts exist in many places. They change the way work feels. Instead of carrying everything on the back, a person can push. Instead of lifting again and again, a person can roll weight forward. This does not remove hard work. Medieval work remains hard, but it makes it a little more possible. A wheel is one of the oldest inventions, and yet, when used for everyday hauling, it becomes a quiet partner in daily life. The wheel squeaks. The wood creaks. The load shifts softly. It is not exciting. It is simply useful. The millstone and the slow-turning power. Now, beyond the town, there is a mill. It could be a water mill by the river, or a windmill in a breezier area, or even a small hand mill inside a home. Mills are not small inventions exactly, but the idea behind them is simple and powerful. Grinding grain is a daily need. Bread is central to medieval diets, but grinding by hand is exhausting. A mill uses turning force. Water turns a wheel. Wind turns sails. The motion turns a stone. The stone crushes grain. And suddenly, life changes quietly, not in a dramatic moment, not with celebration, but with routine. A farmer brings grain. The miller measures it. The stone turns. Flour appears. This flour becomes bread. This bread becomes the quiet fuel of the town. And in your mind, you can imagine the slow turning sound, the steady rhythm, the peaceful repetition, the simple measuring cup and the marked stick. Inside a bakery, someone measures. They do not have modern measuring spoons. They do not have a printed recipe book, but they do have ways to measure. A cup that holds a certain amount. A scoop used again and again. A stick with marks to measure cloth. A stone weight that balances another on a scale. These are small inventions, too. They allow trade to be fair. They allow bread to be consistent. They allow cloth to be cut properly. Measuring is a quiet kind of trust. It keeps the town working smoothly. It avoids arguments, at least sometimes. And the medieval world, like our world, needs small systems to stay calm. The key and the lock. Now we come to a door. This door belongs to a small storehouse, or a merchant's room, or a chest that holds important things. The door has a lock, and someone has a key. Keys and locks are old inventions, but in medieval towns they are present in everyday life. A key is a symbol of safety, a way to protect grain, cloth, coins, or private letters. The lock might not be perfect. A skilled person could break it, but it creates a barrier and a sense of control. A chest with a lock can hold documents. A merchant can store small valuables. A household can protect its best clothing. And when a key turns, there is a soft click. A small sound that means closed, safe, protected. It is a simple thing, but it changes how a person feels. The quill and the ink. In a quiet corner of the town, someone writes. Maybe it is a clerk. Maybe it is a priest. Maybe it is a merchant who can read and write. They use a quill, cut from a feather. They use ink, dark and thick. They use parchment or paper, depending on the place and time. Writing is slow. The hand moves carefully. Mistakes are difficult to fix, but a written mark is powerful. It records a debt. It records a promise. It records a shipment of goods. It records a prayer. And though not everyone writes, the presence of writing quietly supports the life of the town. A small invention, the ink and quill, holds memory outside the mind. The simple glass window, or oiled cloth. Some richer homes have small panes of glass. Many do not. But even without glass, people find ways to manage light and air. They use shutters. They use oiled cloth to let in a soft glow while blocking wind. They might use stretched parchment. They might use thin horn. These are simple solutions, simple inventions. They make a home warmer. They make it quieter. They keep out rain. And you can imagine the soft light filtering through. Not bright, just enough to see the shape of a room, the comb, and the small cleanliness tools. Now, let us think of personal care. A comb is a simple invention, but very important. It helps keep hair tidy. It helps remove dirt and small insects. It helps people feel more comfortable. A small mirror, if someone has one, might be metal and not very clear. But it exists. A small knife serves many purposes. A bowl of water helps with washing. Medieval life is not always clean, but people do care about cleanliness in the ways they can. They wash hands. They rinse faces. They comb hair. They clean clothing when possible. Small tools support these habits, and these habits support a sense of calm. The simple footwear, laces and stitching. Shoes, too, are part of daily invention. A medieval shoe might be leather, stitched by hand. It might be tied with a lace. It might be secured with a simple strap. A shoemaker's craft is quiet and steady. Leather is cut. Holes are made. Thread is pulled through again and again. A good shoe protects feet from stones and cold. It prevents injury. It allows someone to work longer without pain. So even something as small as a lace feels like an invention worth noticing. The town settles into night. Now, as we keep moving through the town, we notice the evening deepening. Shops close. Stalls are covered. A few lanterns flicker near doorways. People return home. They eat simple meals. They speak quietly. They prepare for sleep. In many houses, the fire is banked, not fully extinguished. Embers are covered with ash to keep warmth for the morning. A small invention in itself, really. The idea of saving heat. A family might share one bed, or sleep on straw pallets near the hearth. Wool blankets are pulled up. Cloaks may serve as extra covers, and the town becomes still. Not perfectly silent, but calmer. And that is where our story begins to settle. Because over the next parts, we will follow the rhythm of this town more closely. We will move through workshops, kitchens, market streets, storehouses, and quiet lanes. We will notice more small inventions. We will notice small failures, too. Objects that broke, designs that did not work well, solutions that were abandoned. But always, we will stay in the gentle world of everyday life. Nothing frightening, nothing sharp, nothing loud. Just the slow, ordinary medieval world, and the tiny tools that helped people live. Now, before we end Part 1, I will leave you with a soft thought. Many medieval inventions were not made to impress anyone. They were made to help someone eat. Sew, carry, measure, lock, write, or stay warm. And that is why they feel peaceful to imagine. They belong to quiet human needs. If you feel relaxed with Mind Lepic, you can like if you want. You can subscribe if you feel it helps you relax more. The night has passed slowly. Nothing rushed, nothing sudden. Only the long, dark quiet of a medieval night, and the soft breathing of people sleeping close to warmth. Now, morning comes gently, not with alarms, not with loud noise, only with pale gray light slowly touching rooftops, only with the distant sound of a rooster, only with the quiet movement of someone waking near a hearth. you are still walking through the same town, the same narrow streets, the same timber houses, the same slow rhythm of life. And as morning begins, we will notice more small inventions, tools people used without thinking, tools that quietly helped them begin each new day. Let us begin inside a small home. The hearth brush and ash shovel. A person wakes before sunrise. The house is cold but not freezing, because last night they saved embers under ash. Now they kneel near the hearth. Next to the fireplace sits a small brush, made from twigs tied together, or rough plant fibers bound to a wooden handle, and beside it, a small shovel, often iron, sometimes wood with a metal edge. The person brushes away cold ash. They scoop some out. They expose warm, glowing embers hidden beneath gray dust. This is a small, quiet invention, a brush, a shovel. But without them, cleaning a hearth is messy, slow, and harder. With them, morning fire starts faster. Soon, dry twigs are placed carefully, then slightly thicker sticks, then wood, and slowly, flame returns. The first warmth of morning is one of the most comforting feelings in medieval life. The flint and steel fire starter. Next to the hearth is another small invention, a piece of flintstone, and a small steel striker. Fire is not taken for granted in medieval life. Fire is survival. Fire is warmth. Fire is cooking. Fire is light. Flint and steel allow sparks to be made when struck together. Tiny bright sparks, like small stars jumping into darkness. These sparks land on dry tinder, maybe dried moss, maybe cloth charred in fire earlier, maybe dry grass, then breath, slow breath, careful breath, and a tiny glow becomes flame. This invention is small, but it gives control over fire. And control over fire means control over comfort and survival. The water bucket and rope system. Outside the home, someone walks to a well. The well is shared by neighbors. The stone edge is worn smooth by years of hands and ropes. There is a bucket, usually wood, sometimes reinforced with iron bands. And there is rope, thick rope, made from twisted plant fibers. The rope system is simple, but important. Lower bucket. Here splash. Pull slowly. Water rises. Without this simple system, water would be much harder to collect safely. And water is needed for everything. Cooking, washing, drinking, animals, cleaning tools. The bucket and rope are quiet partners in survival. The wooden wash basin. Back inside the home, water is poured into a wash basin. This basin is simple, wood carved into a bowl shape, or pottery shaped and fired slowly in a kiln. Morning washing is not long, not luxurious, but it exists. Hands washed, face splashed, sometimes hair adjusted, sometimes teeth cleaned with cloth or twig. Cleanliness is not perfect in medieval life, but small tools make it possible to try, and trying matters. The bread knife and cutting board. Now breakfast preparation begins. Bread from yesterday is brought out. Bread lasts longer when it is dense and dry. A bread knife appears, not like modern knives, often heavier, sometimes slightly curved, always practical, and under it, a wooden board. The cutting board protects the table, protects the knife edge, keeps crumbs contained. Another quiet invention, not dramatic, but used every single day. Bread is sliced. Maybe cheese is cut. Maybe dried meat is shaved thin. Simple food. Simple tools. Quiet comfort. The clay storage jar and sealed lid. Near the wall sit clay jars. Inside them, grain, salt, dried beans, herbs, sometimes honey. Each jar has a lid. Maybe clay. Maybe wood. Maybe cloth tied tightly. Storage is survival in medieval towns. Food must last through winter, through bad harvests, through travel delays. These jars are simple technology, but they protect food from pests, from moisture, from spoilage, quiet protection, quiet security. The market coin pouch and drawstring. As morning grows brighter, people prepare to leave for market. A small pouch hangs from a belt. Inside, coins. Not many, but important. The pouch closes with a drawstring, pulled tight, tied securely. This prevents loss, prevents easy theft, keeps small wealth safe. Such a small invention, but it changes daily trade completely. The balance, scale, and stone weights. At the market, trade begins. A merchant places goods on one side of a balance scale, stone weights on the other. The beam tilts slowly, then levels. Measurement again, trust again. Without scales, trade becomes argument. With scales, trade becomes calmer. People may still argue, but less, and calm trade means a stable town. The wax seal and simple stamp. Some merchants and officials use wax seals. A letter is folded. Hot wax drips onto the fold. A stamp presses into it. This shows the letter was not opened. It is a small invention of trust, of identity, of protection of information. Quiet, simple, powerful. The leather belt tool loops. Workers wear belts with loops. Loops hold tools. Knife, small hammer, all. Measuring string. The belt loop system is simple, but it frees the hands, and free hands mean faster work, safer work. Another small invention, rarely celebrated. The door latch and simple lock bar. Many homes do not have complex locks, but they have latches. A wooden bar across the door. A peg that drops into place. Simple, effective, keeps animals out, keeps wind from pushing doors open, keeps privacy. Small inventions often protect peace of mind. The grain sack stitch pattern. Even sacks have inventions. The way cloth sacks are stitched. The pattern prevents tearing under weight. Simple sewing ideas save entire harvests. The simple rain hood and waxed cloth. Weather changes fast. People use waxed cloth to repel rain. Or hooded cloaks. Water resistance is not perfect, but it helps. And being less wet means being less cold and less sick. The town fully wakes. Now the town is fully awake. Carts roll slowly. Voices speak softly. Animals move through streets. Smoke rises from many chimneys. Life is not easy, but it is steady. And these small inventions, brush, bucket, knife, yar, latch, scale, loop, seal, cloth, they create a quiet support system, not famous, not written in history books often, but deeply important. And as you continue listening, the day will move forward slowly. We will walk through workshops next, through tool makers, through repair culture, through inventions that worked, and some that slowly disappeared. Nothing fast, nothing loud, only steady history. And you can rest your thoughts, like tools resting on a workbench at the end of a long, quiet day. Morning has now fully settled over the town. The sun is still low. The air is cool. Mist may still sit lightly above fields outside the walls. Inside the town, doors are open. Voices are calm. Work begins slowly, like it does every day. Now we move deeper into the working heart of the town. Not noisy factories, not large machines, only small workshops. Rooms filled with wood shavings. Rooms smelling of leather. Rooms warm from small fires. Rooms where people repeat the same careful movements, day after day. And here, we will see even more small inventions. Tools people held every day. Tools they trusted. Tools that quietly shaped history. Let us walk slowly to the first workshop. The carpenter's measuring string and chalk mark. Inside a carpenter's shop, wood rests along the walls. Long boards, short planks, scraps saved for later use. The carpenter does not rush. Wood is valuable. Mistakes are costly. In the carpenter's hand is a measuring string, simple thread or cord. knotted at certain lengths, or marked with charcoal, and beside it, a small chalk stone. The carpenter stretches the string across wood, checks length, marks straight lines. Without this simple invention, cutting straight would be much harder. A string, a chalk mark, that is all. But it turns guesswork into accuracy, and accuracy saves time, wood, and effort. The wooden plane tool. Now the carpenter picks up another small invention, the wooden plane. It is a block of wood with a sharp blade set inside. When pushed across wood, it shaves thin curls away. You can imagine the sound. Shh, shh, shh. Slow, even, calming. The plane smooths wood surfaces. It makes tables flat. Doors fit better. Boxes close properly. A smoother surface also protects wood from moisture and damage. Such a simple tool. But it makes daily objects stronger and longer lasting. The simple hand saw. Next, the saw. Not electric, not loud. A thin metal blade. Teeth carefully shaped. Handle carved to fit the hand. The carpenter moves it slowly. Back, forward, back, forward. Sawdust falls like soft powder. The invention of shaped saw teeth made cutting wood faster and more controlled. Before that, cutting was slower and harder. The saw is not exciting, but it multiplies human strength. And medieval life often depended on tools that multiplied strength, quietly. The blacksmith's tongs. Now we step into a warmer workshop. The blacksmith shop. The air smells like smoke and hot iron, but not overwhelming. Just steady. The fire glows orange, and in the blacksmith's hand, tongs. Long metal arms that grip hot metal safely. Without tongs, shaping iron would be nearly impossible, or extremely dangerous. Tongs are a simple invention. 2 arms, 1 pivot point, but they allow control over heat. And control over heat allows metal shaping, and shaped metal creates tools that shape the entire town. The anvil and hammer balance. The hammer and anvil are older inventions, but small design changes made big differences. Hammer weight balance, handle length, anvil surface smoothness. These quiet improvements allowed faster work, more precise work. The blacksmith taps, tap, tap, tap. Not always loud, often rhythmic, almost like a slow heartbeat. The leather worker's awl. Next door, leather work. The leather worker holds an awl, a pointed metal spike with handle. It makes small holes in leather, clean holes, even holes. Without an awl, stitching thick leather would be difficult. And leather is everywhere in medieval life. Shoes, belts, harnesses, pouches, book covers. The awl is small, but it supports huge parts of daily life. The waxed thread innovation. Leather stitching uses waxed thread. Thread pulled through beeswax. This makes thread stronger, more water resistant, less likely to tangle. Tiny improvement, huge effect. This is how many medieval inventions work. Small adjustment, daily benefit. The cobbler's wooden foot form, last. The shoemaker uses a wooden foot shape called a last. Leather is stretched around it, stitched into shoe form. Without this shape, shoes would be uneven, uncomfortable, weak. The last standardizes size and shape, and comfort in shoes means better walking, better working, better survival. The potter's slow wheel. Now we visit the potter. The potter's wheel turns slowly. Foot pushes. Wheel spins. Hands shape clay. Before wheels, pottery shaping was slower and less even. The wheel allows symmetry, balance. Thin walls. The potter's hands stay steady. Water keeps clay smooth. Round bowls appear, almost like magic. But really, it is slow science and practice. The kiln temperature tricks. The kiln is another quiet invention. Not a thermometer, but experience. Airflow holes, fuel placement, timing. Potters learn how to control heat using simple methods. Clay becomes stone-like pottery, and pottery holds food, water, grain, medicine, oil. The simple workshop tool rack. Look around workshops. Tools hang on walls, pegboards, hooks, wooden racks. This prevents tool loss, prevents damage, speeds work. Organization is an invention too. The repair culture mindset. In medieval towns, people repair more than replace. Broken handle, replace handle. Loose shoe sole, stitch again. Cracked bowl, sometimes sealed with resin or metal repair bands. Repair is an invisible invention, a cultural invention, and it keeps resources lasting longer. The quiet afternoon begins. Now the sun climbs higher. Work continues. Slow, careful, focused, wood-shaped, leather-stitched, iron hammered, clay turned, thread pulled, shoes formed. No one is thinking. I am using history-changing technology. They are simply working. But these small inventions shape daily survival, and daily survival shapes history more than big, dramatic moments. The workshop sounds become familiar. If you listen carefully, you hear a pattern. Saw scraping, hammer tapping, wheel turning, fire crackling, thread pulling, leather creaking. Not chaotic, not stressful, steady, predictable, almost calming. And as you keep listening, we will next move toward the midday market return, where tools mix with food storage inventions, travel tools, carrying inventions, and small failures people slowly stopped using. But always slowly, always calm, and you can let your breathing match the rhythm of these workshops. Slow, steady, reliable, like hands working wood under morning light. The morning work has now moved into midday. The sun is higher. Shadows are shorter. The town is warmer now, but not too hot. Just a steady, comfortable warmth. Workshops continue their slow rhythm. But now, the market becomes busier. People arrive with goods. People leave with goods. Food changes hands. Cloth changes hands. Tools change hands. And with trade come more small inventions. Quiet tools made to carry, store, protect, and transport daily life. Let us walk slowly into the market square. The woven basket. The quiet king of carrying. One of the most common medieval inventions is the basket. Not loud, not complex, not celebrated, but everywhere. Baskets are woven from reeds, or willow branches, or thin, flexible wood strips. Each basket is shaped slowly by hand. Over, under, over, under. This weaving pattern makes baskets strong, but also light. And light-carrying tools matter. A basket can carry vegetables, eggs, bread, fish, cloth, tools. Some baskets have handles. Some are flat. Some are deep and round. Without baskets, people would carry far less or work far harder. The shoulder carry pole. Now look at someone carrying two baskets. They are using a shoulder pole, a smooth wooden pole balanced across the shoulders. One basket hanging on each end. This balances weight, reduces arm strain, allows longer walking distance. Such a simple invention, just wooden rope. But it changes how far goods can travel, using only human strength. The grain sack, carry stitch reinforcement. Grain sacks are made stronger at stress points. Corners double-stitched. Top edges folded thicker. Seams angled for strength. This prevents sudden tearing, because losing grain means losing food, and losing food means serious problems in medieval life. These sewing improvements are quiet engineering. The market stall shade cloth. Market stalls often use cloth overhead. This cloth blocks sunlight, protects food from dust, keeps sellers cooler. Simple poles hold cloth up. Rope ties it tight. Shade is comfort. Comfort keeps workers steady longer. The clay drinking cup, shared and simple. Some markets have shared water areas. Clay cups hang nearby. Not fancy, not personal property always, but practical. Clay keeps water slightly cool. Clay is easy to make, and hydration is survival during work. The early money counting board. Some merchants use simple counting boards, small grooves carved into wood. Pebbles or tokens moved along grooves. This helps track trade numbers. Before paper accounting, this was quiet mathematics. The waxed cloth food wrap. Waxed cloth wraps protect cheese, protect bread, protect dried meat. Cloth coated with wax resists moisture and insects. Simple chemistry. Big daily benefit. The knife sheath design. Knife sheaths protect blades, protect people. Leather sheath prevents cuts when walking, prevents blade damage. And because knives are expensive, protection matters. The rope knot systems. Different knots serve different purposes. Load tying, animal tying, boat tying, bundle securing. Knot knowledge is quiet technology passed through teaching. The wooden barrel and hoop reinforcement. Barrels store liquids, store grains, store salted foods. Wood planks shaped curved. Iron hoops hold pressure. Barrels allow long-distance trade. Wine, oil, salt fish. Barrels are silent economic engines. The hand scale for precious goods. Small hand scales weigh spices. Coins, medicines. Tiny measurement accuracy. Prevents cheating. Builds trade trust. The leather document tube. Some merchants carry rolled documents. Leather tubes protect papers from rain and damage. Simple protection. Preserves legal proof. The early market token systems. Some towns use tokens for certain goods or taxes. Wood or metal markers representing payment. Primitive, but functional economic control. The midday rest stool. Portable stools appear in market corners. 3-leg stools. Stable on uneven ground. Simple, but reduces fatigue. Less fatigue means longer work hours safely. The animal feed carry pouch. Travelers carry small grain pouches for animals. Helps horses or donkeys maintain strength during travel. Small invention. Protects larger investment. The market smells and sounds. Now pause and imagine. Warm bread smell. Dry hay smell. Leather smell. Wood smoke smell. Soft voices. Cartwheels. Cloth movement in wind. Not chaos. Just steady life. The quiet failures. Weak basket designs. Some basket designs failed. Too loose weave. Too weak base. People learned quickly what worked and what did not. Failure created better designs slowly. The afternoon slows. As midday passes, trade slows slightly. People return home, or return to workshops, or rest briefly. Tools go back into baskets, coins back into pouches, cloth folded carefully, and the town continues, balanced on thousands of small inventions, not famous inventions, not dramatic inventions, but inventions that quietly allowed daily survival. In the next part, we will move into travel tools, road tools, walking aids, map beginnings, and the small inventions that allowed people to move safely between towns. And you can let your thoughts walk slowly, like a traveler following a quiet dirt road under warm medieval sunlight. The midday market has slowly faded behind us. The town is still alive, still steady, still calm. But now we walk toward the town gate, toward the quiet roads that connect one small place to another. In the medieval world, travel is slow, very slow, and often careful. There are no fast vehicles, no smooth highways, only dirt roads, stone paths, old Roman roads in some places, and long stretches of countryside, where only memory and small tools guide the traveler. And just like inside the town, travel depends on small inventions, quiet inventions, tools people use without thinking, but trust deeply. So now let us step slowly onto the road, the walking staff. The traveler's quiet companion. The most common travel tool is simple. A wooden walking staff, not decorated, not special, just strong wood, sometimes smoothed by years of hands. The walking staff helps balance on uneven roads, helps cross streams, helps push away brush, helps test mud depth, helps support tired legs. Many travelers walk for hours, sometimes days, and a staff turns the body into something stronger, something steadier. It is a simple invention, but one that travels everywhere. The leather travel boot reinforcement. Travel boots are stronger than normal daily shoes. Extra leather layers, stronger stitching, sometimes wooden sole inserts. Roads are rough, sharp stones, wet mud, cold ground. Better boot construction prevents injury. An injury during travel is dangerous. Small design improvements save lives quietly. The travel cloak hood design. Cloaks are not just warmth tools. Travel cloaks include large hoods, wide shoulders, water-resistant outer layers using fat or wax treatment. This helps rain slide off, helps wine stay outside, helps heat stay inside. The hood also allows resting outdoors, using cloak as blanket. Simple clothing engineering, huge survival value. The Belt Pouch Travel Organization System. Travelers often carry many small items: coins, food, knife, flint, needle, thread, small medicine herbs. Multiple belt pouches allow separation. This prevents losing everything if one pouch tears. Prevents mixing important items. Organization is safety, especially far from home. The Flint Travel Fire Kit Container. Fire kits are protected carefully, often stored inside leather wrap, or wood box, or horn container, because wet flint tools can fail, and failed fire tools mean cold nights, no cooked food. Danger. Small containers protect survival tools. The travel bread hard storage method. Travel bread is baked extra dry. Hard bread lasts longer, resists mold, can survive many days, sometimes soaked in water or soup before eating. Not soft, not tasty, but reliable. Food preservation is quiet survival technology. The water skin carry system. Water skins are made from animal hide, sealed carefully, tied tightly. Flexible container, easy to hang from belt or saddle. Water skins prevent thirst between villages, and thirst is serious on long roads. The rope belt tie system. Travelers carry rope wrapped around waist. This rope serves many uses: repair strap, tie bundle, build shelter frame, secure animals, lower items into wells, climb small slopes, multi-purpose tools, reduce carried weight. The early direction memory mapping. Not all travelers have maps. Instead, they use memory tools. Tree shapes, river bends, rock formations, church towers, hill outlines. Memory becomes navigation technology. And storytelling helps too. Walk until 3 tall trees. Turn near broken stone cross. Follow river until water bends east. Human memory becomes survival invention. The travel token and road toll systems. Some roads require payment. Travel tokens or small metal passes show toll paid. Simple economic control invention. Without tokens, travelers might pay twice. Tokens create portable proof. The pack animal saddlebag balance design. Pack animals carry goods. Balanced saddlebags prevent animal injury. Prevent goods falling. Balance is engineering, even without math formulas. The roadside shelter. Simple design. Some roads have simple shelters. Wood roof, stone wall, open front, protection from rain, wind block. Simple architecture. Big traveler relief. The early warning bell systems. Some remote roads include warning bells. If traveler sees danger, bell can warn nearby farms. Not everywhere, but exists in some trade regions. Community safety invention. The travel needle repair kit. Clothing tears often during travel. Travel sewing kits include needle, waxed thread, small cloth patches. Repair prevents heat loss, prevents infection, prevents clothing failure. The dry foot cloth wrapping method. Travelers wrap dry cloth around feet inside boots. Prevents blisters, absorbs sweat, keeps warmth. Foot care is travel survival. The simple sun direction tracking. Travelers use sun shadow direction. Morning sun east, afternoon sun west. Shadow length gives time estimate. Nature becomes time and direction tool. The road marker stone stacking. In some places, travelers stack stones, shows safe path, shows road turn, shows water nearby. Community-built navigation system. The quiet travel night routine tools. Night travel stops include small ground cloth, fire starter, travel spoon, knife, water skin, dry bread storage, minimal but complete survival kit. The slow evening road feeling. Now imagine evening road travel. Sky orange, then deep blue, bird sounds fading, wind softer. Traveler finds safe resting place, builds small fire, eats slowly, wraps cloak, listens to night sounds. Not lonely, just quiet. The quiet travel failures. Some travel tools failed over time. Weak water skins leaked. Bad boot stitching failed early. Poor rope fiber broke. Failure taught better designs slowly. The road connects all medieval life. Without road travel tools, trade stops, news stops, medicine stops, letters stop, family visits stop, small inventions connect entire world quietly. And as we rest beside this imaginary medieval road, you can imagine the slow wind moving through grass, the distant sound of night insects, the warmth of small safe fire. In the next part, we will return toward town evening life, cooking tools, food preservation inventions, and the quiet science of medieval kitchens. And you can let your thoughts slow, like footsteps fading into soft dirt road dust. Under early evening sky, the road slowly fades behind us now. You have walked far enough for today, and like many medieval travelers, you are returning toward the safety and warmth of a town before full night arrives. The sky is beginning to change color, not dark yet, but softer, more golden, more peaceful. Smoke rises slowly from chimneys. The smell of cooking begins to drift through the air. Bread warming, soup simmering, wood smoke mixing with evening wind. And now, we enter one of the calmest places in medieval life. The kitchen. Not a modern kitchen, not shiny, not fast, but steady, reliable, built around fire, patience, and small inventions that quietly made food safe to eat. Let us step inside. The hearthstone cooking base. At the center of most medieval kitchens is the hearth, not just a fire, but a stone base designed to hold heat safely. The stone absorbs heat slowly, releases heat slowly. This allows cooking to continue even when flame becomes smaller. Stone cooking base is simple thermal technology, but very powerful. It stabilizes cooking temperature, prevents sudden food burning, keeps homes warmer longer. The iron cooking pot hook. Height adjustment. Above the hearth hangs a cooking pot. The pot hangs from an iron hook system. Some hooks include adjustable links. Raise pot higher, less heat. Lower pot closer, more heat. This is early heat control invention. Not numbers, not temperature gauges, just distance control. But it allows boiling, simmering, slow cooking. The wooden stirring spoon length design. Cooking spoons are long enough to keep hands safe from heat, strong enough to stir thick food. Wood does not conduct heat quickly. This prevents hand burns. Simple material science. Quiet kitchen safety. The clay bread oven. Heat memory. Some homes have small clay ovens. Clay absorbs heat from fire, then stores it. After fire removed, bread cooks slowly using stored heat. Energy efficiency without electricity. Medieval people understood heat memory through experience. The dough proofing cloth cover. Bread dough rests under cloth. Cloth keeps insects away, keeps moisture inside, allows airflow. This improves bread texture. Small fermentation control invention. The salt storage stone container. Salt must stay dry. Stone containers prevent moisture entry. Protect from pests. Salt is precious, used for food preservation. So salt storage equals food security. The hanging herb drying rack above the hearth. Herbs hang. Warm rising air dries herbs slowly. Dry herbs last months. Flavor food, sometimes used as medicine. Passive air drying system. The meat smoking hook and rack. Meat sometimes hangs near smoke. Smoke dries meat slowly. Adds preservation chemicals from wood smoke. Early food preservation chemistry. Discovered by observation. The fermentation jar, seal cloth, and wax. Fermented foods need air control. Cloth covers allow gas escape. Wax seals control contamination. This supports safe fermentation. Cheese. Pickles. Fermented grains. The butter churn, simple motion system. Butter churns use repeated vertical motion. Cream separates slowly into butter and liquid. Mechanical food separation, using only motion and patience. The ladle portion control system. Ladles standardize serving. Prevents food waste. Ensures fair portion sharing. Important in group meals. The wooden plate heat protection. Wood plates do not cool food too quickly. Also do not burn hands. Material comfort engineering. The simple knife edge. Maintenance stone. Knife sharpening stones restore blade edge. Sharp knife is safer than dull knife. Requires less force. Prevents slipping accidents. The fire ash cleaning rake. Ash rakes allow controlled ash removal. Too much ash, weak fire. Too little ash, lost heat storage. Balance maintained by tool. The water boiling safety habit tool. Many kitchens boil water. Boiling removes many invisible dangers. People may not know germ science, but know boiling makes water safer. The grain grinding hand mill backup. If main mill fails, small hand mills provide emergency flour. Food independence backup system. The evening meal. Quiet ritual. Now imagine medieval evening meal. Family sits near hearth. Food served slowly. No rush. No distraction. Warm soup. Bread. Maybe cheese. Maybe small meat portion. Simple food, but safe and filling. The kitchen smells and comfort feeling. Smell of cooked grain. Wood smoke warmth. Herbs and air. These smells signal safety. Signal home. The kitchen quiet failures. Some pots crack under heat stress. Some storage jars leak. Some fermentation fails. People learn slowly. Improve slowly. The night kitchen wind down. After meal, fire lowered. Food stored. Tools cleaned. Water saved for morning. Kitchen rests. Like town rests. And now, the town moves toward night again. In the next part, we will explore night safety tools, sleep tools, warmth inventions, and the quiet science of medieval rest. And you can let your thoughts soften, like warm bread cooling slowly on a wooden medieval table under soft evening firelight. Evening has now fully arrived. The last colors of sunlight have disappeared behind distant hills. The sky is now deep blue, slowly turning darker. Stars begin to appear, one by one, quietly, without hurry. The medieval town is changing again, not into silence, but into night rhythm. Day tools are being put away. Market baskets are stacked. Workshop fires are lowered. Doors are closed carefully. Animals are guided into small shelters. And now, another group of small inventions becomes important. The inventions of night. the inventions of rest, the inventions of warmth, protection, and safe sleep. Because in the medieval world, night can feel long, cold can feel strong, darkness can feel deep. So people depend on small tools, small ideas, quiet solutions that help them sleep safely. Let us step slowly into a medieval home, preparing for night. The straw mattress layering method. Beds are not like modern beds. Many people sleep on straw mattresses. Straw is placed inside cloth sacks. Sometimes wool is mixed in. If family is wealthier, the straw is changed sometimes. Not every day, not every week, but enough to keep some comfort. Straw traps air. Air traps heat. Heat protects the body. This is simple insulation science, discovered slowly, over many generations. A soft surface, even a simple one, helps muscles rest better after long physical work days. The wool blanket heat retention design. Wool blankets are extremely valuable. Wool keeps heat even when slightly damp. Wool fibers trap warm air. Many families may share blankets. Layering blankets increases insulation. Layering is another quiet invention, not complex, but extremely effective. The bed curtain draft protection system. Some beds include curtains, not for decoration only, but for warmth. Curtains trap body heat. Block wind drafts. Create small, warm air pocket around sleeper. Even simple cloth curtains help greatly. Early climate control. Using only fabric and airflow understanding. The clay bed warming brick. In colder regions, clay bricks are heated near fire. Wrapped in cloth. Placed near feet inside bed. Slow release heat. Helps body fall asleep faster. Primitive heating technology. Extremely comforting. The night chamber pot convenience invention. Many homes use chamber pots. Reduces need to go outside in dark, cold night. Prevents exposure to cold wind. Prevents night accidents outdoors. Comfort and safety combined. The wooden window shutter lock system. Window shutters close tightly at night. Blocks cold wind. Blocks animals. Blocks night rain. Simple latch locks hold shutters closed. Night protection technology. Simple but powerful. The door bar reinforcement night lock. At night, doors often secured with wooden crossbars. Stronger than day latch alone. Peace of mind invention. Sleep is deeper when safety feels stronger. The night candle placement safety method. Candles are placed inside clay holders. Prevents fire spreading if candle falls. Prevents hot wax spreading. Fire safety invention. Very important in wood houses. The oil lamp controlled wick design. Oil lamps use adjustable wick length. Long wick, brighter flame, faster oil use. Short wick, dim flame, longer burn time. Energy control invention. The night fire ember banking method. Before sleep, fire is covered with ash layer. Keeps embers alive until morning. Reduces need for full fire restart. Energy storage technology. Using only ash and airflow control. The night clothing layer strategy. People sleep wearing base clothing layers, not full-day clothing, but enough to keep body heat stable. Layering prevents sudden cold shock during night waking. The simple night sound warning awareness. Dogs often sleep near doors. Dogs provide early warning sound detection. Natural security alarm system. The thick wall heat storage effect. Stone walls store day heat. Release slowly during night. Passive building heating system. The quiet night psychology of safety. Medieval sleep depends on feeling safe. Fire banked. Door locked. Window closed. Food stored. Animals safe. Tools safe. When survival basics feel secure, mind rests easier. The shared sleeping safety system. Families often sleep in same room. Shared warmth. Shared security. Shared fire access. Community-based survival sleeping system. The night starlight navigation memory. If someone must go outside at night, stars help orientation. North Star becomes night direction tool. The Night Watch Belltown security system. Some towns have night watch patrols. Bell rings for fire warning or danger warning. Community safety communication system. The quiet night failures. Sometimes shutters break. Sometimes straw mattress gets damp. Sometimes fire dies fully overnight. Failure teaches improvement slowly. The deep night calm. Now, imagine full night. Town quiet. Fire glow inside homes. Cold air outside. Warm air inside. Slow breathing. Slow heartbeat. Slow time. Medieval night is not rushed, and small inventions make this peaceful night possible. In the next part, we will slowly move into medieval health tools, simple medicine tools, healing inventions, and quiet survival knowledge. And now, you can imagine lying inside warm wool blanket, hearing faint night wind outside wooden walls, feeling safe, feeling warm, feeling ready to sleep deeply. The night has passed slowly, and morning returns again. Soft gray light slowly touches rooftops. The air is cool, the town is quiet, but slowly waking. Somewhere, a door opens. Somewhere, a rooster calls once. Somewhere, someone adds wood to a morning fire. And today, we move into another very important part of medieval daily life. Healing. Not large hospitals, not advanced machines, not fast treatments, but small tools, quiet knowledge, gentle medical inventions people used without thinking, but depended on deeply. Because in the medieval world, staying healthy is survival. Small sickness can become big danger. Small wounds can become serious problems. So people created simple, practical, medical tools. Let us walk slowly into the healing world of a medieval town. The herbal drying bundle system. Inside many homes, herbs hang from ceiling beams, not decoration. Medicine storage. Bundles tied with string. Hung where air is warm and dry. Drying preserves healing power longer, prevents rot, prevents mold. Common herbs may include mint, stomach calming, thyme, breathing support, garlic, infection fighting. People believed strongly in this. This is natural preservation science. The stone mortar and pestle grinding tool. The healer, or home caretaker, uses mortar and pestle, stone bowl, stone grinding stick, herbs crushed slowly, powders made carefully, mixed into pastes or drinks. Grinding increases surface area, makes herbs release stronger effects. Simple mechanical chemistry. The linen bandage cloth preparation. Clean linen cloth used as bandages. Linen is absorbent, breathable, soft enough for skin. Bandages protect wounds, reduce dirt entry, help healing environment. The warm water cleaning method. Many wounds cleaned using warm water. Sometimes salt added, even without germ knowledge. People noticed cleaning reduces infection risk. Observation-based medical progress. The honey wound covering method. Honey used on some wounds. Honey prevents some bacteria growth, keeps wound moist, helps healing. Natural antiseptic discovered by observation. The clay cooling compress. Clay sometimes used as cooling compress. Pulled heat from swelling areas, reduced inflammation feeling. Primitive thermal therapy. The bloodletting tools, used carefully. Some medieval healers use bloodletting tools, believed removing bad blood helps illness. Not always effective, but part of medical history. Shows human attempt to understand body balance. The herbal steam breathing method. Herbs boiled in water. Steam inhaled under cloth covering head. Helps breathing comfort. Opens nasal passages. Early respiratory therapy. The simple bone splint stabilization tool. Broken bones stabilized using wood splints. Cloth wraps hold splints tight. Prevents bone movement. Allows healing. Mechanical injury stabilization invention. The early surgical needle and gut thread. Some wounds stitched using curved needles, thread sometimes made from animal gut, strong, absorbable sometimes, early surgical repair technology, the pain relief plant knowledge, willow bark used sometimes for pain relief, contains early aspirin-like chemicals, natural pharmacology, discovered through long observation, the fever cooling wet cloth method, wet cloth placed on forehead, helps body cooling, reduces fever discomfort, simple thermal comfort treatment, the healer's leather tool roll organization. Healers carry tools inside leather rolls, organized, protected, portable, medical organization system, the early quarantine isolation idea. Some illnesses, people isolated sick person, not perfect understanding, but reduced spread sometimes. Community protection behavior invention, the religious healing comfort psychology. Prayer and ritual also part of healing, provided emotional calm, reduced stress, supported recovery, mind-body comfort connection. The midday healing routine. Healers visit homes, check wounds, provide herbs, give instructions. Community health care, slow but steady. The quiet medical failures. Some herbs didn't work, some treatments harmful, some knowledge incorrect, but knowledge improved slowly. The medieval health survival balance, cleanliness, warmth, food, rest, basic treatment. These combined gave best survival chance. The healing room. Quiet atmosphere, herb smells, low voices, slow, careful movement. Healing environment itself calm and slow. The evening health recovery routine. Warm soup, warm bed, quiet rest. Rest itself is powerful healing tool. And as you continue resting and listening, in the next part, we will explore medieval learning tools, writing tools, bookmaking, knowledge storage inventions. And now, you can imagine warm herbal tea smell, soft morning light through small medieval window, quiet safe room, and body slowly relaxing, like someone recovering gently after long travel. Morning has now fully settled across the town again. The air feels a little warmer. The streets are active, but not loud. Work continues slowly, steadily, like it always does. But today, we move into a quieter place. Not the market, not the road, not the workshop. Today, we enter the world of learning. Because even in the medieval world, knowledge is stored, knowledge is protected, knowledge is passed slowly, carefully, from one person to another. And just like everything else in medieval life, learning depends on small inventions, quiet tools, simple ideas that changed how humans remember, teach, and record life. Let us walk slowly into a medieval learning room. The wooden writing desk design, inside a small church room, or monastery, or merchant office. You may see a wooden writing desk. The desk tilts slightly forward. This prevents ink from pooling, prevents hand strain, improves writing control. Such a simple design, but improves writing accuracy greatly. The feather quill cutting technique. Quills are made from bird feathers, cut carefully at tip, shaped to hold ink, slit cut to control ink flow. The design allows slow, steady writing, not too much ink, not too little. Microfluid control invention. The ink recipe stability improvement. Ink made from soot, iron salts, plant gums, balanced carefully. Too thick, clogs quill. Too thin, fades quickly. Ink chemistry developed slowly through trial. The ink storage stopper bottle. Ink stored in small clay or glass bottle. Stopper prevents drying, prevents spilling. Simple container. Protects knowledge, writing ability. The parchment preparation scraping tool. Parchment made from animal skin. Scraped smooth using curved blade. Smoother surface, clearer writing, longer lasting text. Surface engineering. The bookbinding thread stitch pattern. pages sewn using strong thread patterns, prevents pages loosening, allows book opening without tearing. Structural durability invention. The wooden book cover protection. Wood covers protect pages from moisture, protect from bending, protect from insects. Physical data protection system. The bookmark ribbon early version. Cloth ribbons sometimes used as bookmarks. Allows reader to continue later easily. Small time saving invention. The reading candle shield glass. Some reading candles placed behind thin glass. Glass blocks wind. Stabilizes flame. Improves reading light. The wax tablet reusable writing surface. Wax tablets used for temporary notes. Write using stylus. Erase by smoothing wax. Reusable note technology. The stylus metal tip writing tool. Stylus used for wax writing. Precise control. Reusable. Durable. The knowledge copying line guide string. String placed across page for straight writing lines. Improves readability. Improves professional appearance. The early library shelf organization. Books stored horizontally or chained. Prevents theft. Prevents damage. Knowledge protection systems. The scroll tube storage protection. Scrolls stored inside tubes. Protects edges. Prevents moisture damage. The teaching pointer stick. Teachers use pointer sticks. Directs attention. Improves group learning focus. The quiet learning room sound environment. Thick stone walls. Small windows. Low echo. Supports concentration. The knowledge transmission system. Teacher, student, next generation. Human knowledge chain system. The learning failures and improvements. Ink fades sometimes. Pages rot sometimes. Knowledge lost sometimes. But copying preserved much. The medieval respect for written words. Written word seen as powerful, important, trustworthy. The evening study routine. Short reading sessions. Low light. Quiet environment. Protects eyes and energy. And now, we slowly move toward late afternoon again. In the next part, we will explore medieval clothing tools, textile making, dyeing, cloth production inventions, and you can imagine sitting quietly inside warm stone learning room, hearing feather quill scratch slowly across parchment, feeling peaceful, calm, safe. The afternoon light is now softer. The sun is still in the sky, but it has started its slow journey toward evening. Shadows are longer now. The town feels slower again. Work continues, but with less urgency. And now, we enter another very important world of medieval daily life. Clothing, because in the medieval world, clothing is not fashion first. Clothing is survival first. Warmth, protection, durability, repairability, and just like everything else, clothing depends on small inventions, quiet tools, slow knowledge passed through generations. Let us walk slowly into a textile working home. The spinning drop spindle tool. Before large spinning wheels became common, many people used drop spindles, a simple stick, with weighted bottom disc. Wool fibers pulled slowly. Spindle spins. Thread forms. This converts loose wool into strong thread. Rotational physics, used quietly for thousands of years. The spinning wheel, foot motion efficiency. Later, spinning wheels appear. Foot pedal motion spins wheel continuously. Hands free to guide thread. Mechanical efficiency invention. Faster thread production. Less hand fatigue. The wool carding comb alignment tool. Wool fibers tangled naturally. Carding combs align fibers. Straight fibers. Stronger thread. Better cloth. Fiber engineering invention. The loom thread tension control system. Loom holds threads tight. Horizontal threads locked. Vertical threads woven through. Thread tension must stay balanced. Too loose, weak cloth. Too tight, thread breaks. Mechanical tension engineering. The shuttle thread passing tool. Shuttle carries thread across loom quickly. Speeds weaving process. Motion efficiency invention. The natural dye heating pot. Cloth dyed using heated plant dyes. Heat helps color bond to fibers. Thermal chemistry. The alum mordant dye fixing method. Alum added sometimes to lock color. Helps dye last longer after washing. Chemical bonding discovery. The cloth fulling beating process. Cloth beaten or pressed to tighten fibers. Makes cloth thicker, warmer, stronger. Mechanical fiber compression. The cloth measuring yardstick system. Standard measuring sticks used. Ensures fair cloth selling. Measurement standardization. The sewing needle eye improvement. Needle eye design improved thread holding. Improves sewing speed. Reduces thread break. Micro tool engineering. The thimble finger protection tool. Thimble protects finger from needle pressure. Small tool. Huge comfort. The pattern cutting cloth. Template method. Templates ensure repeat clothing shapes. Improves clothing fit consistency. The button loop strength stitch method. Button loops reinforced using stronger stitching. Prevents clothing failure during work. The leather belt punch hole tool. Punch tool creates clean belt holes. Improves belt life. Improves comfort. The cloak fastening brooch. Safety pin design. Brooches hold cloaks safely. Prevent cloth tearing. The shoe sole double stitch method. Double stitching increases shoe life greatly. The winter fur lining heat insulation. Fur lining traps warm air. Passive thermal insulation. The rain cloak oil treatment method. Oil-treated cloth repels rainwater. Waterproofing innovation. The clothing repair culture. Most clothing repaired many times. Repair skill saves resources. The textile workshop, calm environment. Slow loom sounds. Thread movement. Soft wool smell. Very calm environment. And now, the afternoon is slowly moving toward evening again. In the next part, we will explore medieval home furniture tools, storage inventions, household structure ideas, and you can imagine soft wool cloth, warm cloak around shoulders, slow spinning wheel sound, like soft wind turning time itself. The afternoon sun is now slowly moving lower in the sky. Light enters homes at a softer angle now. Shadows stretch longer across wooden floors. The air feels calmer, less busy, more peaceful. The market is quieter now. Workshops are still working, but slower. Some people have already returned home. And now, we step fully into the private world of medieval homes. Not castles, not royal halls, but normal homes, where most people lived their entire lives. And inside these homes, there are many small inventions, quiet inventions, simple ideas that made life easier, safer, warmer, and more organized. These are not inventions that changed history in one moment, but they changed comfort, slowly, every day. Let us walk slowly into a medieval home. The wooden storage chest. The heart of medieval storage. The wooden chest is one of the most important home inventions. Almost every home has at least one. Chests store clothing, important documents, money, tools, winter blankets, food supplies sometimes. Chests protect items from dust, from moisture, from insects, from animals. Many chests have simple locks, not perfect security, but enough to create peace of mind. The chest also works as furniture. It can be seat, table, storage, all in one. Multi-purpose design. Very valuable in small homes. The raised wooden bed frame, airflow design. Beds are often raised above floor level. This prevents floor moisture entering bedding, allows air to flow underneath, prevents rot, reduces insects. Simple elevation design. Big comfort improvement. The wall peg hanging storage system. Wooden pegs placed into wall beams. Used to hang. Clothes, tools, Bags, cooking items. Vertical storage saves floor space. Space efficiency invention. The clay floor smoothing technique. Some homes smooth clay floors carefully. Smoother floor, easier cleaning, less dust. Home hygiene improvement invention. The wooden table joint lock design. Tables built using interlocking wood joints. No nails needed sometimes. Stronger structure. Longer life. Structural engineering through geometry. The three-leg stool stability design. Three-leg stools never wobble on uneven floor. Perfect medieval design for rough surfaces. The window light reflection. White lime coating. Walls sometimes coated with white lime. Reflects light better. Brightens room without extra candles. Energy efficiency invention. The hanging food storage net. Food stored hanging in nets. Protects from rodents. Improves airflow. Food protection invention. The simple curtain privacy divider. Curtains divide sleeping spaces. Creates personal space. Reduces draft airflow. The wooden spoon rack dry storage. Spoon racks keep tools dry. Prevent mold growth. The roof beam smoke exit design. Some roofs include small smoke exit openings. Improves air quality inside. The rainwater roof channel collection. Some homes collect rainwater using roof channels. Water resource management invention. The firewood stack dry airflow method. Firewood stacked with air gaps. Keeps wood dry. Fuel efficiency invention. The simple mirror. Polished metal reflection tool. Polished metal used as mirror. Personal grooming support. The candle wall shelf safe placement. Wall candle shelves reduce fire accident risk. The door threshold dirt control strip. Raised threshold prevents mud entering home. The food fermentation corner temperature zone. Homes use warmer corners for fermentation jars. Temperature zone understanding. The blanket storage, cedar wood, insect protection. Cedar wood repels insects from cloth storage. Natural pest control. The night storage routine culture. Night routines protect tools and food. Organization is survival. The emotional comfort of organized space. Organized home reduces stress. Improves sleep quality. Even medieval people understood this emotionally. The evening home. Quiet feeling. Fire low. Family close. Tools stored. Food safe. Home feels secure. And now, evening slowly returns again. In the next part, we will move into medieval community safety tools, town protection inventions, night watch systems, and shared safety ideas. And you can imagine sitting inside warm wooden home, fire glowing softly, wind outside quiet, and everything you need safely stored around you. Evening is slowly returning once again. The sun is lower now. The sky is softer. Warm light touches stone walls and wooden doors. The town is changing rhythm again. Day work is finishing. Animals are returning to shelters. Market noise is almost gone. And now, another very important part of medieval life becomes active. Community safety. Because in the medieval world, safety is rarely individual. Safety is shared. Protection is shared. Responsibility is shared. And just like everything else, community safety depends on small inventions, quiet systems, simple tools that help entire towns survive. Let us slowly walk through evening town safety preparations. The town gate closing bar system. As evening approaches, town gates begin to close. Large wooden beams slide across gate doors. Iron brackets hold beams in place. This prevents forced entry. Prevents animals wandering in. Controls night movement. Simple mechanical barrier, but powerful town protection. The gate bell signal warning system. Some gates include hanging bell systems. Gate closing time signaled by bell ringing. Late travelers hear warning. Merchants hurry inside. Sound communication safety invention. The Night Watch Lantern Patrol System. Night watch guards carry lanterns. Lantern light signals active patrol presence. Discourages theft. Helps citizens identify guards. Portable light. Requires portable security. The watchtower height advantage design. Some towns include simple watchtowers. Height gives longer view distance. Allows early danger spotting. Basic military observation engineering. The horn signal emergency alert system. If danger appears, town horn blown loudly. Different horn patterns signal. Fire. Attack. Emergency gathering. Acoustic communication technology. The fire bucket chain. Emergency response. Fire is biggest town danger. Bucket chains pass water quickly. Human chain engineering. Fastest fire control method before pumps. The stone well fire water reserve planning. Town wells positioned for fire access. Water planning is town survival strategy. The sand barrel fire smother method. Sand barrels placed in high fire risk zones. Sand cuts oxygen supply to flames. Early fire science understanding. The night curfew bell system. Some towns ring night curfew bell. Encourages citizens return home safely. Reduces night crime risk. Behavior safety system. The street torch wall mount system. Torches placed at key street corners. Improves visibility. Reduces accident risk. Improves patrol visibility. The animal stable lock bar design. Stable doors reinforced at night. Protects valuable animals. Prevents theft. Economic safety protection. The merchant storage double lock chest system. Merchants use double lock chests. 2 keys required. Often shared between partners. Trust and security combined. The community alarm shout network. If danger appears, people shout warning. Human voice alarm network. Very effective in close towns. The church bell emergency signal. Church bells signal major town emergency. Everyone recognizes bell tone differences. Mass communication invention. The town wall repair routine culture. Walls inspected regularly. Small repairs prevent large future damage. Preventive safety engineering. The night window light signal codes. Some towns use window light signals. 1 candle, soon safe. 2 candles. Need help. Primitive coded communication. The community tool sharing emergency system. Emergency tools stored centrally. Ladders, axes, water barrels, hooks, shared survival equipment. The crime prevention through visibility culture. Busy, visible streets reduce crime naturally. Social observation safety method. The quiet failure lessons. Sometimes guards fall asleep. Sometimes horns ignored. Sometimes fire spreads too fast. Each failure teaches improvement slowly. The shared responsibility feeling. Everyone protects everyone. Community safety, cause survival. The late evening calm returns. Now, gates closed. Watch begins patrol. Fires controlled. Homes secure. Town sleeps safer because of small shared inventions. And as night slowly settles again, in the next part, we will explore medieval trade expansion tools, travel trade networks, market expansion inventions, and the quiet systems that connected medieval worlds. And you can imagine standing safely inside stone town walls, lantern light glowing, night watch walking slowly, town resting, protected quietly by simple human ideas. Night has passed again. And slowly, very slowly, another morning begins across the medieval world. Soft gray light touches stone walls. Cold morning air moves quietly through narrow streets. Smoke rises slowly from early morning fires. And today, we move into something bigger. Not just town life, not just home life, not just workshop life. Today, we follow how medieval towns connected to other towns, how goods moved slowly across land, how trade slowly built larger worlds. Because medieval life is not isolated. Even small towns are part of trade networks, and trade depends on small inventions, quiet systems, simple tools, that help goods travel safely and arrive safely. Let us begin at the edge of town, where trade caravans prepare to move. The trade crate, reinforced corner, wood design. Trade goods often stored in wooden crates. Crates include reinforced corner joints, prevents cracking during transport, protects fragile goods, allows stacking. Simple packaging engineering. The wax seal cargo marking system. Merchants seal cargo using wax stamps. Shows ownership. Shows shipment origin. Prevents tampering. Trade authentication system. The cargo rope net stabilizing system. Goods tied inside rope net layers. Prevents shifting during travel. Protects fragile pottery and glass. Shock absorption packaging invention. The animal load balance hanging scale method. Loads balanced evenly across pack animals. Uneven load causes injury. Balanced load extends animal travel distance. Animal welfare engineering. The trade route marker stone and symbol system. Some routes marked using carved stones. Shows direction. Shows distance. Shows next water source. Travel guidance technology. The trade token credit system. Some merchants trade using credit tokens. Allows delayed payment. Supports larger trade volume. Early financial system. The traveling merchant record scroll storage. Merchants carry transaction records. Stored inside leather or wood tubes. Protects legal proof of trade. The caravan bell sound location system. Caravan animals wear bells. Helps locate caravan in fog or night. Helps prevent animal loss. Sound tracking system. The trade weather observation pattern, memory. Merchants memorize weather signs. Cloud patterns. Wind smell. Bird movement. Natural forecasting knowledge system. The trade water stop knowledge network. Trade routes depend on known water stops. Shared knowledge keeps caravans alive. The trade road repair cooperative system. Merchants sometimes help repair roads. Trade survival requires working roads. The bridge toll maintenance funding system. Bridge tolls fund bridge repair. Infrastructure funding system. The trade warehouse storage rotation method. Goods rotated to prevent spoilage. Inventory management system. The trade packaging. Wax coating, moisture protection. Wax-coated packaging prevents moisture damage. The trade spice protection layer. Wrapping system. Spices wrapped in multiple cloth layers. Protects from contamination. The trade map, memory story, teaching method. Maps taught through stories and memory. The trade night camp circle protection system. Caravans sleep in circle formation. Animals inside. People outside. Protection strategy. The trade emergency signal fire system. Signal fires used for distance communication. The trade language gesture communication system. Simple gestures help trade across language barriers. The trade slow expansion effect. Over time, small trade tools connect entire regions. The long-distance trade emotional meaning. Trade brings new goods, new ideas, new knowledge. The quiet trade failures. Lost cargo, weather damage, animal injury, road collapse. Failure improves systems slowly. The late trade camp evening feeling. Fire glow, animal sounds, low voices, star sky, travel calm, not rushed, and as we rest beside a quiet trade road camp. In the next part, we will explore medieval farming support tools, food production inventions, and the quiet systems that fed entire populations. And you can imagine lying beside safe caravan fire, hearing distant animal bells, seeing stars slowly moving above, feeling peaceful, feeling protected by quiet human knowledge. Another slow morning begins across the countryside, not inside town walls this time. Today, we are outside the town, where most medieval people actually lived and worked, because medieval life depends on farming. Without farming, towns do not survive. Without crops, trade stops. Without food, everything stops. And just like everything else in medieval life, farming depends on small inventions, quiet tools, simple ideas, passed from parent to child, from farmer to farmer, over many generations. Let us walk slowly across a medieval field. The ground is slightly cold from the night. Morning mist sits low above soil. Birds move slowly between crops, and farmers are already working. The wooden plow iron tip improvement. Early plows were all wood. Later, iron tips added. Iron cuts soil deeper, breaks hard ground easier, allows better seed planting depth. This increases crop survival. Simple metal improvement. Huge farming benefit. The ox pull harness shoulder weight distribution. Oxen pull plows using shoulder harness design. Distributes weight across body, prevents neck injury, allows longer work hours safely. Animal comfort engineering. The seed hand broadcast technique. Seeds thrown by hand, but carefully. Farmers learn spread pattern by experience. Natural pattern distribution science. The seed storage clay. Jar moisture protection. Seeds stored dry, protected from insects, protected from mold. Seed survival. Future harvest survival. The wooden grain sickle harvest tool. Curved sickle blade cuts grain efficiently. Curved design allows fast cutting motion. Human motion efficiency tool. The grain bundle tie straw rope method. Harvest grain tied into bundles. Improves drying. Improves transport. The field stone removal manual soil preparation. Removing stones improves plow efficiency. Labor intensive, but increases harvest yield. The crop rotation knowledge pattern. Fields rotated between crop types. Prevents soil exhaustion. Improves nutrient balance. Early soil science. The manure soil nutrient return method. Animal waste returned to soil. Restores fertility. Nutrient recycling system. The irrigation channel hand. Dug water flow system. Simple water channels control field water flow. Prevents flooding. Prevents drought stress. The wind direction field planting pattern. Farmers plant crops considering wind direction. Reduces plant damage. The scarecrow visual bird deterrent tool. Simple human-shaped scarecrows reduce crop loss. Visual predator illusion invention. The field boundary stone land ownership markers. Boundary stones prevent land disputes. Legal land system support. The crop storage elevated barn. Airflow design. Raised barns protect grain from moisture and animals. The grain drying sun spread technique. Grain dried in sunlight before storage. Prevents mold growth. The farming calendar season tracking memory system. Farmers track seasons using sun and star patterns. Natural time tracking system. The community harvest cooperation system. Large harvest requires many people. Shared labor system. The farming tool repair blacksmith support network. Broken tools repaired locally. Tool sustainability system. The farming failure learning pattern. Bad harvests teach better planting methods slowly. The evening field return feeling. Farmers return home tired, but peaceful, because food growing gives purpose and survival. The farming emotional connection to land. Land is life. Land is security. Land is future. And as evening slowly comes again, in the next part, we will move into medieval water systems, wells, water storage, water transport inventions, and you can imagine standing quietly in medieval field. Cool wind touching crops, sun slowly lowering, feeling calm, feeling part of slow-moving history. Morning mist still sits low across the countryside. But today, we are not only in the fields. We are following something even more important, water. Because in the medieval world, water is life. Water is food preparation. Water is farming. Water is animals. Water is medicine. Water is cleaning. Water is survival. And just like everything else, water systems depend on small inventions, quiet knowledge, simple systems, built slowly, improved slowly, trusted deeply. Let us walk slowly toward a medieval village well. The stone well circular wall pressure design. Wells built in circular stone shape. Circle spreads ground pressure evenly, prevents collapse, protects water source. Structural safety engineering. The rope bucket, reinforced wood handle design. Buckets include reinforced handle joints. Prevents sudden break during water lifting. The pulley wheel rope lift efficiency system. Some wells include pulley wheels. Reduces lifting effort. Increases water lifting speed. Simple mechanical advantage invention. The water carry shoulder yoke balance tool. Shoulder yoke balances 2 water buckets. Reduces arm fatigue. Allows longer distance carrying. The clay water storage cooling effect. Clay pots keep water cooler through evaporation cooling. Natural temperature control technology. The rainwater roof collection channel system. Roof channels direct rain into storage barrels. Rain harvesting technology. The covered well lid. Water. Cleanliness protection. Well lids prevent dirt and animals entering water supply. Water contamination prevention system. The stream stone filter. Natural cleaning method. Water passed through stones to remove large particles. Early filtration method. The irrigation gate. Water flow control door. Wood gates control field water flow. Prevents overwatering. Prevents crop drowning. The leather water skin portable storage. Travel water storage using animal hide skins. Flexible. Portable. Durable. The winter ice storage underground cooling system. Ice stored underground to preserve food longer. Natural refrigeration system. The water channel slope angle engineering. Channels designed with slight slope for steady flow. Gravity water transport engineering. The public fountain shared access water system. Some towns include shared fountain water points. Community water distribution. The water boiling fire pot sterilization habit. Boiling water improves safety. Observation-based health improvement. The water storage rotation freshness method. Older water used first. Prevents stagnation. The animal water trough. Carved stone durability design. Stone troughs last longer than wood. Long-term infrastructure planning. The water flood escape drain channel system. Drain channels redirect floodwater away from homes. The fishing net water food support system. Water provides fish protein supply. The water knowledge passing culture. Water location knowledge passed across generations. The water failure learning history. Collapsed wells teach better stone placement. Flood damage teaches better drainage planning. The evening water. Quiet reflection. Water surface reflects sunset light. Calm, slow, peaceful. And as evening slowly returns again. In the next part, we will explore medieval transportation tools, carts, road travel improvements, transport animal support inventions. And you can imagine sitting quietly beside medieval well, watching water surface move slowly, hearing bucket rope creak softly, feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling part of slow-flowing history. The morning mist is slowly lifting now. The sun is rising higher. Light spreads across open roads, across fields, across quiet villages. And today, we follow movement. Not fast movement, not rushed movement, but slow, steady, dependable movement. Because in the medieval world, moving people, moving goods, moving food is one of the most important parts of survival. And just like everything else, transportation depends on small inventions, quiet improvements, simple ideas that slowly made travel safer, easier, and more reliable. Let us walk slowly toward a medieval road. The wooden wheel, iron rim protection design. Early wheels were wood only. Later, iron rims added. Iron protects wheel from cracking, improves durability, allows longer travel distance. Simple metal addition. Huge transportation improvement. The cart axle grease lubrication method. Animal fat or oil used on wheel axles. Reduces friction. Prevents overheating. Extends wheel life. Early lubrication engineering. The cart suspension rope shock absorption system. Some carts include rope suspension. Reduces vibration. Protects fragile goods. Primitive suspension engineering. The horse collar shoulder load distribution harness. Horse collar allows pulling with shoulder strength. Prevents neck choking. Allows heavier load pulling. Animal power efficiency revolution. The pack saddle load distribution padding system. Padding protects animal back. Prevents injury. Allows longer travel days. The road stone. Flattening path. Stability method. Stone roads reduce mud formation. Improves wheel movement. Improves travel speed slightly. The bridge wooden beam load spread design. Bridges built with layered beams. Distributes weight evenly. Prevents collapse. The ferry boat rope guide river crossing system. Ferries guided using rope anchors. Improves crossing safety. The wagon cover cloth. Weather protection. Cloth covers protect cargo from rain and dust. The travel bell animal position tracking method. Bells help locate animals in fog or night. The road distance marker stone placement system. Distance stones help travelers track progress. The travel in horse rest rotation system. Animals rotated for rest. Improves animal survival. The cart brake wooden pressure block method. Wood blocks slow wheels downhill. Early braking technology. The night reflective light cloth marking method. Light cloth helps wagon visibility at night torchlight. The wheel repair roadside toolkit. Travel repair kits include hammer, nails, rope. Emergency maintenance support. The animal shoe metal hoof protection. Metal horseshoes protect hooves, extends travel capability. The river depth measuring staff tool. Staff used to test water depth before crossing. The snow travel sled, alternative transport method. Sleds used in snow areas. The trade route, seasonal timing knowledge. Travel scheduled based on season safety. The transport failure learning history. Broken axles. Collapsed bridges. Animal exhaustion. All improved design slowly. The evening travel camp feeling. Carts parked in circle. Animals fed. Fires lit. People rest. Slow, peaceful, safe, and as evening slowly returns again. In the next part, we will explore medieval communication tools, message delivery, town signal systems, early information networks, and you can imagine sitting quietly beside parked wagon, hearing wheelwood cool slowly, seeing stars appear one by one, feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling part of slow-moving medieval world. The road is quiet again. Morning has passed. Afternoon is moving slowly across the land. Soft wind moves through fields. Far away, a church bell rings once. And today, we follow something invisible, communication. Because in the medieval world, news does not travel fast. Messages are not instant. Information moves slowly, carefully, physically, and just like everything else, communication depends on small inventions, quiet systems, simple human ideas that allow one person's voice to travel far away. Let us begin inside a small medieval town office. The parchment message writing preservation system. Messages written on parchment last longer than paper. Parchment resists moisture, resists tearing, resists aging. Long-distance communication protection invention. The wax seal authentication identity system. Wax seals confirm sender identity, prevents message tampering, builds trust in message authenticity. The messenger leather tube document protection case. Messengers carry documents in leather tubes. Protects from rain. Protects from dirt. Protects from folding damage. The horse relay message speed network. Some routes include relay horses. Fresh horses improve message speed. Early network speed optimization system. The Town Bell Public Information Broadcast System. Bells announce meetings, danger, curfew, celebrations. Public broadcast communication. The Flag Signal Visual Long-Distance Message System. Colored flags signal messages across distances. Visual signal communication technology. The Beacon Fire Emergency Long-Range Warning System. Beacon fires signal danger across long distances. Chain Reaction Signal System. The Town Crier. Voice Amplified Public Message System. Town criers announce news verbally. Human Voice Broadcasting System. The Market Notice Board Information Sharing System. Wood boards display written announcements. Public information sharing. The Monastery Knowledge Copy Network. Monasteries copy books and texts. Preserves knowledge across generations. The Trade Code Symbol Message Abbreviation System. Some merchants use coded symbols. Speeds writing. Protects sensitive information. The Travel Letter Recommendation Trust Document System. Letters introduce traveler identity. Improves trust between strangers. The Signal Horn Battlefield. And emergency communication. Horns send simple coded signals. The Carrier Bird Message Transport System. Some areas use trained birds for messages. Early air communication concept. The Personal Signet Ring. Signature Authentication Tool. Signet rings, stamp wax seals. Identity Verification System. The Traveling Story Oral Communication Network. Stories pass news village to village. Human Memory Network. The Calendar Church Announcement Scheduling System. Church schedules announce important dates. Time Coordination Communication. The Ship Flag Maritime Message Signal System. Ships communicate using flag patterns. The Communication Failure Lessons. Lost messengers. Unreadable writing. Weather-damaged letters. Each failure improves systems. The Evening Message Delivery. Quiet Moment. Messenger arrives. Hands letter. Message changes lives quietly. The Emotional Meaning of Messages. Messages connect families. Connect trade partners. Connect rulers and towns. And as evening slowly returns again. In the next part, we will explore medieval money systems, coin making, trade value systems, early banking ideas, and you can imagine sitting quietly in candlelight, watching messenger arrive slowly, hearing paper gently unfold, feeling calm, feeling connected, feeling part of slow-moving human history. The afternoon sun is now softer again. Golden light touches stone roads. Shadows stretch slowly across market streets. The town feels slower, calmer, more settled. And today, we follow something small, but powerful. Money. Not paper money like today, not digital numbers, but physical coins, metal pieces, small, heavy, valuable. Because in the medieval world, trade depends on trust, and trust depends on value, and value depends on systems people understand and believe. And just like everything else, money systems depend on small inventions, quiet improvements, simple tools that allow entire economies to function. Let us walk slowly into a medieval market money exchange area. The Coin Metal Purity Stamp Authentication System. Coins stamped by authority marks. Confirms metal purity. Confirms official mint origin. Prevents fraud. The Coin Weight Standard Stone Scale System. Coins weighed using balance scales. Ensures full value payment. The Coin Edge Mark Anti-Clipping Protection. Coin edges sometimes marked or textured. Prevents shaving metal from edges. The money pouch inner cloth divider organization. Coin pouches include intersections, separates coin types, improves counting speed. The merchant coin counting board organization system. Grooved counting boards help count large coin numbers. The trade ledger debt recording book system. Merchants record debts and credits. Early accounting system. The trade credit promise note. Early banking concept. Written promises allow delayed payment. Reduces coin carrying risk. The strongbox double lock storage security system. Merchants store coins in locked chests. The traveling money belt. Hidden carry safety system. Hidden belts protect money during travel. The money exchange rate comparison table memory system. Merchants memorize coin value differences. The coin mint die carving precision tool. Mint dies create consistent coin shapes. The silver testing touch stone. Purity check method. Touchstones test metal quality. The money transport guard escort security system. Large money shipments escorted by guards. The temple money storage trust banking system. Some temples store money safely. Early deposit banking. The partnership profit share agreement recording system. Business partners record profit shares. The tax collection storage barrel organization system. Taxes stored and counted systematically. The coin recycling melt and remint process. Damaged coins melted and remade. The counterfeit detection visual inspection skill. Merchants train eyes to detect fake coins. The money loss risk reduction travel planning method. Travelers plan routes to avoid theft risk. The economic failure learning improvements. Coin shortages. Metal shortages. Fraud attempts. All improve systems slowly. The evening market closing coin counting ritual. Merchants count coins slowly. Check ledgers. Lock storage. End day safely. The emotional security of reliable money. Reliable money builds stable society. And as evening slowly settles again, in the next part, we will move into the final stage of medieval daily systems, social traditions, shared life habits, and the quiet human systems that held medieval life together. And you can imagine sitting quietly near candlelight, hearing coins softly clink inside pouch, feeling calm, feeling safe, feeling part of slow, steady human history. The evening sky is slowly turning darker now. Soft orange light fades into deep blue. The town is calm again. Smoke rises slowly from chimneys. Doors close gently. Animals settle into shelters. And now, we follow something even quieter than tools. Human habits, human traditions, daily social rituals. Because medieval life is not only built on tools, it is built on shared behavior, shared rules, shared expectations, and these are also inventions. Not physical inventions, but social inventions, human systems, that help communities survive together. Let us slowly walk through an evening medieval town street. The shared evening meal family gathering ritual. Most families eat together in evening, creates emotional stability, strengthens family trust, allows information sharing, social survival structure, the neighbor food sharing support system. Neighbors share food during bad harvest. Community survival network. The marriage contract social stability system. Marriage agreements protect property rights. Protect family inheritance. Legal social structure. The community child teaching skill. Passing tradition. Skills passed early to children. Ensures survival knowledge continues. The festival seasonal emotional reset system. Festivals provide emotional release. Reduce social stress. The church gathering weekly social connection system. Regular gathering builds community unity. The village meeting decision-making group system. Group decisions prevent individual power abuse. The work guild membership protection system. Guilds protect worker quality and income stability. The community elder knowledge authority respect system. Elders preserve survival knowledge. The shared emergency response culture. Everyone helps during crisis. The hospitality guest protection tradition. Travelers often protected by local hospitality rules. The social reputation trust economy system. Trust reputation controls behavior. The storytelling knowledge transfer cultural system. Stories pass history and survival lessons. The conflict mediation council resolution system. Disputes solved through group mediation. The seasonal work celebration motivation system. Harvest festivals reward hard work emotionally. The religious comfort. Psychological stability system. Belief reduces fear of uncertainty. The community child safety observation network. Whole village watches children's safety. The widow and orphan community support tradition. Protects vulnerable community members. The funeral ritual. Emotional closure support system. Helps community process loss. The birth celebration community integration tradition. New children welcomed into social system. The social failure learning history. Broken trust harms community. Unfair leaders lose respect. Selfish behavior punished socially. The quiet night social peace. When traditions work, community sleeps peacefully, and as night slowly settles again. In the final part, we will bring everything together. The quiet systems, the daily inventions, the slow human progress that shaped medieval life. And you can imagine sitting quietly beside warm fire, hearing distant night wind, knowing entire town rests together, safe, calm, connected. Night has come again, not suddenly, not loudly, but slowly, gently, like it always does in the medieval world. The sky is now deep and dark. Stars shine quietly above fields, above towns, above rivers, above roads that connect people slowly across land. And now, we reach the quiet end of our journey. But this is not an ending of history. This is only a resting point inside the long, slow human story. Because everything we have seen, every small tool, every quiet invention, every simple system, together, they built medieval life, and medieval life slowly built the future world. Let us slowly walk one last time through this quiet medieval world. The quiet truth about medieval inventions. Most medieval inventions were not made to be famous. They were made to solve small daily problems. How to stay warm, how to store food, how to travel safely, how to protect family, how to grow food, how to heal sickness, how to communicate messages, how to build homes, how to organize community, small problems solved by small ideas, and small ideas repeated every day. Change history more than big dramatic moments. The slow nature of human progress. Medieval people did not wake up thinking about changing the world. They thought about today's meal, today's work, tonight's safety, tomorrow's weather. But solving these small daily problems created slow progress, and slow progress lasts longer. The invisible inventions that matter most. Not all inventions are tools. Some inventions are habits, sharing food, helping neighbors, teaching children, protecting community, saving seeds, repairing tools, working together. These social inventions are just as powerful as physical tools. The comfort of routine. Medieval life followed strong routines: morning fire, day work, evening meal, night rest. Routine reduces fear. Routine creates stability. Routine protects mental calm. Even today, humans need routine. The connection between past and present. Many medieval ideas still live today. Food storage, clothing layering, tool repair, community support, learning through teaching, trade trust systems, shared safety systems. The past never fully disappears. It slowly transforms. the quiet strength of human cooperation. The medieval world survived because people worked together. Families helped families. Villages helped villages. Trades helped trades. Communities protected each other. And this is still true today. The beauty of slow living. Medieval life was not easy, but it was slow. And slow life allows time to think. Time to notice small details. Time to appreciate small comfort. Warm fire. Fresh bread. Dry clothes. Safe home. Trusted neighbors. Small comforts. Create peaceful lives. The night settles across medieval lands. Now imagine, across thousands of medieval homes, fires burn low, doors are locked, animals sleep safely, families rest, stars move slowly above silent land. No rush, no hurry, only time moving gently forward. The long human story continues. After medieval times, new inventions come, but they build on old ideas. Better tools, better medicine, better travel, better communication. But the foundation came from slow, early human problem solving. The quiet gratitude for unknown inventors. Most medieval inventors are unknown. No statues, no famous names, no history books mention them. But their ideas still support human life today, and maybe that is enough. The final quiet reflection. Now, our story slowly closes, not like a loud ending, not like a sudden stop, but like medieval night, slow, soft, peaceful. You have walked through towns, through roads, through homes, through farms, through workshops, through markets, through night watch streets, through quiet human traditions. And now you can rest, because history is not only about kings and wars. History is about people, people cooking food, people fixing tools, people caring for family, people helping neighbors, people building small improvements that slowly make life better. Now, let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts become quiet. Imagine soft firelight moving slowly across wooden walls. Imagine wind moving slowly across medieval fields. Imagine safe warm home, somewhere inside that quiet medieval world. And you can rest there as long as you want,